Hi you guys, so today I'm going to be showing you a fresh and natural makeup look for back to school. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in school, I went to 4 different high schools actually. Long story, but each high school had its own rules regarding makeup and what you could wear and what you couldn't. I've gone to a high school that was so strict it didn't want you to really wear much more than mascara and lip gloss. And I've also gone to a high school where it was perfectly fine to come in with full-on makeup, glitter eyes, blue lipstick, and they loved it. So it really depends on where you go, what is acceptable. But today I wanted to show you guys how to do a very inexpensive, everything is drugstore, or it's like store brand, and also fresh and natural makeup look. The main point of this makeup look is to have nice, fresh, glowy, healthy looking skin, getting any acne you've got going on covered up, getting the dark circles covered up, just looking fresh and glowy and as healthy as possible. Of course, you can add on to this basic look to make it more dramatic or more glam, whatever you're going for, but this is a really good place to start for a quick everyday routine. My face is already moisturized. I already have my sunscreen on, so since that adds plenty of moisture to my face, I'm not going to put on a primer. If you find one necessary, go ahead and use one. Now for foundation, I'm actually using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, and today I'm using the shade 07 Natural. I love this foundation. I think it is fantastic because it's just absolutely versatile. So what I usually do is I do my face in kind of like 2 sections with this, is I will put drops there. I don't follow the like 4 drops for full coverage thing because that doesn't work with my face. I'm taking a wet Miracle complexion sponge from Real Techniques. It is cheaper than a beauty blender and in my opinion works just as well. And I'm just going to blend this out all over my face. And then I'm also going to pop a couple drops on my forehead and blend those out as well. Oh, and I'm sorry if I sound off at all, you guys. It has been one heck of a morning and I am sick. And surprise, surprise, we go to a few before school starts type events for my kids and I end up sick and they all end up sick. So yay, germ farm. All right, now that our foundation is all blended out, again, I went for very, very light coverage. I'm going to move on to concealer, and for that, I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal, and this is in the shade 20 Light. This is about the closest thing I found at the drugstore to Tarte Shape Tape. So if you're looking for a less expensive alternative to Shape Tape, this is very similar. It is a bit thinner and more liquidy in consistency, but it offers very similar coverage. So I'm just dotting a little bit of that anywhere I have redness. And I'm going to put a tiny bit on anywhere I have acne scarring or any place I want to just kind of add a bit more coverage. All right, so I'm going to start by blending out underneath my eyes first because I want the concealer that's on my spots to set up a bit. I have this one little spot on my nose right here that just will not cover up. There's nothing I can do about it, so we're just gonna name him, Ted. That's Ted the spot, and he is just going to hang out there. So I'm taking whatever concealer is left over on my beauty blender and just popping that on my eyelids to cover up any redness or veins. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX HD Finishing Powder just to set where I place the concealer. And I'm using all Real Techniques brushes today. Well, almost all Real Techniques brushes. But all the brushes I'm using can be found at the drugstore as well. And I'm just going to set anywhere I put concealer and anywhere that I know my makeup is more likely to wear off. When I was in school, I would rest my hand here a lot, and I still do that actually. So I always make sure to set right along my jawline because makeup tends to wear off there very, very quickly on me. On the rest of my face, it stays put pretty well though, and you kind of will know where your makeup likes to stay and where it likes to not stay. So next I'm using blush, and for this quick routine, we're not doing contour and we're not doing highlight because honestly, it's not necessary for every day. And one thing to keep in mind is that schools have typically fluorescent lighting. Fluorescent lighting is not flattering. It tends to accentuate harsh lines and it tends to make makeup look very cakey, which is why I tend to suggest going with lighter makeup for school in general, because under those lights, when other people look at you face to face at the distance you normally are in the hallway or in a classroom, heavy makeup looks very, very cakey and very, very obvious. So for blush today, I'm using my Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush, and this is in the shade 05 Fresh Pink. And I'm using just a little Sonia Kashuk Duo Fiber brush to apply this. I just like stamping the brush into this because it's such an oddly textured product, and then I just stipple it onto my cheeks and it gives a really fresh, soft pink glow. I really like it because it's very, very natural. Oh, and don't mind the end of my brush. I know that looks really weird, but for some reason this is a dual-ended brush, and this end of it sheds like hell. It's a blush brush and it sheds, and I kept forgetting and I would use it, so I just wrapped it with packing tape to remind me not to use it because the dual fiber part of the brush is excellent. I don't want to get rid of a whole brush just because half of it doesn't work. I should probably just pop that whole end off or something. All right, now that our blush is all done, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, and today I'm using two of my favorite drugstore brow products, and they are both from Essence, so they are very, very affordable. The first one is the Essence Eyebrow Designer in shade 04 Blonde, and this is just a little pencil. Now, these pencils are very waxy, so you have to use a light hand with them. And I also have the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade 03 Soft Brownie Brows. Now, I haven't used this pencil in a while, so hopefully it's not too light for where my hair is right now. No, I think it'll work. I'm just going to take the little brushy thing at the end of this and just brush through them to even them out a bit. Now, depending on your eyebrows, you may not even have to do anything to your brows to be fine for school. My brows, however, all my pictures from high school, I didn't do my brows, and because my brows are completely blonde, they did not show up in any photos because this was before HD cameras and everything. So I look like I have absolutely no eyebrows in all my high school photos. So I'm just topping this with this brow, with this Make Me Brow, and I really love this because it has fibers in it, which is excellent for filling in more sparse brows. And don't worry, I do have very, very sensitive eyes, and I found that the fibers in this don't travel. I've never had one of the fibers from this product get in my eyes, which is really, really nice. I'm not having much luck with this brow today. It is just not cooperating. Here we go. When I'm kind of in a hurry and I want a natural look, I tend to say, screw eyeshadow, I'm not dealing with it. But I still like adding a little bit of dimension to my eyes. So today I'm taking my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer. This one's in the shade Sunny. I really, really like this bronzer. It's very, very matte, but I'm not using this to bronze today because I already told you guys we don't have time for that. I'm actually using this as an eyeshadow. I'm going to apply it into my crease with a nice fluffy brush and just blend it out. We already put the concealer on our lids, so that kind of evens out the pigmentation there. And this is just going to add a tiny bit of depth and dimension to our eyes. It just kind of warms everything up a bit. So for lashes today, I'm keeping it really simple. I'm just going to curl them real quick. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using the Sephora Lash Craft Length and Volume. I really like this mascara because it's not waterproof and it comes off very easily. And it's not that expensive. I want to say it's about $14. I know that's a bit on the higher end, but you can pretty much go with any mascara that you like. It's a little bit cheaper and will do the same thing. I'm just using this today because it's kind of what I grabbed. Alright guys, so we're almost done. The only thing left is our lips, and you can pretty much use whatever you want. You can wear a lipstick, lip gloss. I actually prefer a lip liner because I remember you really don't have a lot of time to be reapplying things in school. And liquid lips can get a little bit puckery throughout the day and sometimes will come off when you're eating lunch if you're eating anything greasy. So I like a lip liner because they're very small, they're easy to transport, and you can always top them with a gloss if your lips start feeling dry. So this one is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Soft Spoken. And mine actually needs sharpened real quick. Of course it does. So now we have a properly sharpened pencil. I really like this pencil because it's a very your lips but better kind of shade. It wears very well, it's very comfortable, and the color isn't something that most schools, most administrations are probably going to have any issue with. So that is everything, you guys. It only took a few products. My skin still looks very natural. I still look very fresh. If you walk straight up to me and look right at my face looks as good in person as it does on camera. And that's kind of the goal and what you want to go for when you're doing makeup for school. And here's a tip: if you want to test and see how your makeup is going to look at school, go to Walmart or Target or any other like big department store, or even Ulta, just a standard makeup store. Wherever, just go out to a store after you do your test makeup, take a mirror and look in the mirror under that lighting, because that's the same style of lighting they use in almost every school in America. And if it looks good under that lighting in a regular store, it will look good in school. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.